Alright, let's learn about the past continuous tense, and we're starting right now. But if this is your first time to the channel, then subscribe and hit the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads. If you want to increase your English, expand your vocabulary, and speak like a native Englishman, otherwise, let's get started. So, let's look at it then. The past continuous. So the past continuous is an action that went on for some time but is now finished. It was happening in the past, but it's now finished. Happening, now finished. So look, I knocked on your door, but you weren't at home. I knocked on your door, but you weren't at home. Yeah. Or, I was driving home last night. Driving, there's the action in the past. Knocked, in the past. You were listening to music when I rang you. She was dancing all night. Maybe. He was, I don't know, what was he doing? He was writing his story when she rang him. He was writing his story when the news came on. So it's an action that happened sometime in the past, but is now. That's the key word there. Now finished. It's now over. Now ended. I was recording videos all day, and now I'm on my last one. Almost past. I was recording videos all day, now I'm recording this one. Yeah, alright, good. Now finished. Let's have a look. What were you doing? What were you doing before our video? Before this video, I was recording another one. But what about you? What were you doing just now, before the video? What were you doing? But, let's keep going. There's a bit more to it than this. But, let's look at how the sentences are formed. We have the subject. Remember, the who the sentence is about. Who it's about. So in this case it's I, and was or were, depending on the pronoun we use, in the subject. I was, in the past. We have a verb plus ing, so we grund it, or grunds. So writing, I was writing, and the rest of the sentence. I was writing my book earlier. I was recording my videos earlier. I was cooking breakfast today. I was reading books earlier today. Yes, I was reading my notes earlier. My notes for the videos. My notes. I was. But let's change the subject slightly to you. From me to you. So it's you were. You were. You were. What were you doing today? You were driving home. You were driving to the gym. You were driving to school, for example. You were driving to work. They were dancing together. They were dancing. All those people, they were dancing together. Yeah. They were talking together. They were walking through the park. Walking through the park. You were writing your diary. Writing in your diary. You were writing your notes. Some interesting ideas. You were doing anything you want to do because it's subject, was or were, verb in the sentence. Nicely straightforward. So, let's make it a little more complicated, shall we? Let's keep going. But let's look at those verbs a little more detailed. There was Gerunds. So the verbs plus ing. Most of the time, just ing. Playing. Okay. But sometimes, when the verb ends in an e, we get rid of the e and just add ing. So minus e plus ing. Choosing. Choose. I was choosing which cake for the wedding. Ah. Tie. Like tie a knot. Tie a tie. Get rid of the ie. Replace it with a y. And add ing. Tying. I am tying, or I was tying my tie before we went out. I was tying my tie. Yeah. But this is where English gets a bit weird. So forget. Oh, forget. Forget. When the word ends in consonant, vowel, consonant, then we double the consonant. So we had a vowel, A, E, I, O, U. In this case it's an E. We double the T. Forget, T-ing. We double the consonant, the last consonant after the vowel. Forgetting. Were you forgetting? Were you forgetting to bring the pie? Did you forget to bring the pie? Were you forgetting to bring the pie for the party? However, if the verb ends in W, X or Y, then we don't double the consonant. English is a bit funny that way, but it's worth understanding how we create the verbs for the past continuous. I was playing, I was writing, write, W-R-I-T-E, W-R-I-T-E, yeah, W-R-T-I-N-G, get rid of the E, remove the E, add the I-N-G, I-N-G, remove the E, add the I-N-G, writing, 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 interesting, yeah. Let's keep going though. There's a few more things about the past continuous worth talking about. So let's have a look then at the past continuous combined with the past simple. Past simple. So the past continuous describes a longer background action. Something happening in the background, yet it's still finished, yet it's now finished. Yet the past simple, which is verbs plus ed, shorter action that interrupts the background action. Yeah. So I was walking, ing, walking home when the path was blocked, ed, by a tree. I was walking home, but not anymore, because the path is blocked by a tree. Blocked. Verb plus ed. Blocked. She was studying when I called her. She was studying when I called her. Yeah. Called her. Yeah. He was having a shower when someone knocked the door. Someone knocked the door. Don't know who. Don't know when. Don't know why. Yeah. So we can combine them to make even more sentences. How cool is that? Let's have a look. I was teaching English, and then you started to watch the video. I was teaching English until I finished the video. Yeah. See how finished interrupted the main action that happened in the background. I was recording a video, but then I finished the lesson. So no more recording. Pretty cool. See how cool is that? The past simple can be combined with the past continuous to denote that the action is no longer happening. How cool is that? And remember that the past continuous is an action that was happening in the past. The subject plus the verb, ing, plus, what is it now? Subject. Oh, subject plus was or were. So I was, you were, they were, plus the verb ing, and then the rest of the sentence. I was, she was, he was, they were, plus the verb having, studying, walking, talking, squawking, dancing, and the rest of the sentence. How cool is that? However, if you want to keep learning English, expanding your vocabulary, increasing your English confidence, and speaking like a native Englishman, then subscribe to the channel below and press the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads. However, stick around for a bonus lesson. Yeah, a bonus lesson for those that stick around to the very end. So, to build on the idea that the past continuous is a background action, we can use it for setting the scene, describing a place, describing what's happening in a scene, or a book, or a story, or in general, when you're describing something. So, it's used for scene setting, describing a scene, describing what's happening in a place, or what was happening. So we could say, the sun was shining on the beach, for example, on the city, across the city, on the island. Ooh, interesting. You can imagine it now. The sun was shining on the island. The children were playing in the park all together. Were playing in the park innocently together. Innocently, that adverb isn't very powerful in a story, in fiction, but in the sake of this conversation, it'll do nicely. The dogs were barking at each other. The dogs were barking at that rude cat that was crawling across the street. I don't know. The dogs were barking. You can hear them. No actual dogs barking, but you can hear them in the story. You can hear them in the scene. By just denoting that in your writing, you can create a much more vivid scene. But also you can talk about it more so. You can create a bigger scene in greater detail for what you're talking about, adding more detail in your conversation, or explaining what's happening in the world in general by knowing what the background action is and realising to articulate it, and how through the past continuous. Pronoun or subject, were, verb, ing, rest of the sentence. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. However, if you want to keep learning cool stuff, expanding your English, increasing your vocabulary, and speaking like a native Englishman, then press the subscribe button below and hit the bell notification next to it so you never miss a video. Until then, bye for now.